Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. What a performance by the Bucks to take a 2-0 series lead. Game 2 in Denver. And the early turnover as Jokic out of bounds by Porter. We'll see how Denver kind of handles things offensively. Here comes Rivers, and he is turned back. That interior defense by the Blazers, and that was one of the question marks it's been all season. How well can this team defend in the playoffs? We know they can stroke it from the outside. C.J. McCollum with a triple.
Yeah, and how about the two-way play from C.J. McCollum? Because he's the guy that ends up with that block shot on the drive by Rivers and then able to knock down that triple. And Campazzo giving him a nice boost there on the attack for the layup.
Campazzo, the native of Argentina, what a story he has been. A beautiful backdoor pass, Lillard. What a pass by Nurkic.
And that's so key. The ability to play without the basketball, so vital. A nice attack by Campazzo, and that allowed for the offensive rebound and putback for the Joker there because of the help Campazzo brought to himself.
So Denver, 2 of its first 4. Portland has hit its first 2 shots. Here is Nurkic into the paint. What a matchup against his former teammate. Nurkic, of course, began his career with Denver. Outside, that is Powell. Back of the rim, no good, and the rebound by Jokic.
And Spiro, great point. People forget that, you know, it was Nurkic who was the first-round pick of those two and thought to be the better player, but it was quickly figured out that the Joker had a chance to be special. And speaking of special, Michael Porter Jr., how good has he been really since he's gotten the opportunity to play, not dealing with the injuries? He's been efficient and effective, and if he can get better on this end, this guy's got a chance to be a star.
Here's McCollum, puts it on the deck, shot clock at 5, and that's that defense. Rivers able to extend as McCollum turns it over. Already a couple of takeaways by this Denver defense. Rivers on a 3, got it!
Another great sign. You can see the sense of urgency from this Nuggets team. They are coming out with great energy and being very aggressive defensively here early.
7 straight points for Denver. Off balance, that's Powell. Jokic was there to bother the shot. Now Gordon in the open floor. Rivers from the corner. That's good. Make it 10 straight for the Nuggets.
And it's starting because of their defense. Spiro doing a great job of contesting, being physical, and then turning that great defense into transition opportunities.
It's exactly the kind of start Michael Malone was looking for. And another Blazers turnover. Lillard the giveaway. Outside to Porter, trying to thread the needle to Gordon a little bit. 2 Portland Trail Blazers, fewest turnovers per game in the league, just over 11 per.
If you're the Denver Nuggets, you want everything to be about force and aggression in this matchup with the Blazers.
Here comes Powell. What a midseason acquisition he was, coming over from the Raptors. All that playoff experience, GA, part of that championship team a couple of years ago, and that ends a 10-0 run.
It's going to be a foul there. And, you know, you make a great point. When they made that trade, Gary Trent Jr., I'm a huge fan of. I think he's going to athlete on that starting 5.
3rd team foul. As Jokic underneath, just too good, going right into the chest of Nurkic.
And he's so patient, you know, never speeds up. He's never out of control, always thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead on every possession.
Here's McCollum trying to create some space, so skilled with the basketball in his hands, a little bit short, rebound Jokic, and he is knocked to the floor, no whistle. Jokic then reaching back for it, somehow comes away with the basketball. Here's Rivers, they'll reset. Campazzo from 3, that's good. Michael Porter Jr. and a technical also assessed to Tibbetts. GA, things get a little spicy here at the start.
Don't want to put yourself or your team in harm's way there. And so luckily cooler heads prevailed and we can get back to the business of basketball.
Offensive foul charge to Covington. Here's Jokic. Underneath, outside Campazzo. Steps back, fires a 3. A little bit short. And Denver with its first miss from 3. They'd hit their first 3 attempts. Here comes Lillard, got caught in midair, and that's a traveling violation.
This level of intensity defensively And can they create, and I should say continue to make enough shots from the perimeter to balance off what they're going to get from the Joker.
Jokic leads in. What a start for Denver. Such a disappointing finish for them in game one. They had that 9-point lead right around the 8-minute mark of the third quarter, and then everything went south. But this has been a different looking team here at the start of game two. That is McCollum.
You just don't do it any better than C.J. McCollum does in terms of creating space in that mid-range game. He is a thing of beauty when it comes to scoring the ball from that position.
Early shooting numbers underneath. Gary Harris out of town. Gordon debuted for Denver on March the 28th, and they reeled off 7 straight wins. They were looking like really legit contenders. Then the Jamal Murray ACL injury that just kind of turned their entire season upside down. But Michael Malone loved his aggressiveness, talking about Gordon in game one.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's such a nice fit for who they are when healthy, right? When you got Jamal Murray, because he's not a primary scorer, but he's a guy that can make plays as well as shots. And speaking of making shots, there goes that young man, Damian Lillard, knocking down the triple.